Hello and welcome back to goldstocktrades.com. Today we have a returning guest with us, James Anderson. James is CEO of New Legacy Gold Corporation, which can be traded as NUG on the TSX Venture and as NULGF on the OTCQX. Thanks, James, so much for being back here with us and for giving us an update on your 2017 exploration program.
It's always a pleasure to be here, Jeb, to talk with you and your listeners.
James, can you give my listeners a brief refresher on New Legacy's asset in the Cortez Trend, the Iceberg Gold Deposit in Nevada?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, happy to do that. So let's just look from 25,000 feet up, Jeb, and go down into the deposit. So we're in Nevada, and as you know, and most of your listeners know, Nevada is a fantastic place to mine gold. 85% of American gold production comes from the state of Nevada. If Nevada was its own country, it would be the fifth largest gold producing nation in the world. So great place to do business. Drilling down a little farther, we are in the Cortez Trend in Nevada. This is a very important spot for one of our major shareholders, Barrick Gold. They produce 20% of their worldwide gold production right there. There's three giant deposits right in a row. One's called Pipeline, one's called Cortez Hills, and one's called Gold Rush. But these three deposits are anywhere between 10 and 25 million ounces of gold. So these really are giant, elephant-sized deposits, and we're right next door to there, right in the heart of that trend. So drilling down just a little bit farther, our project it's a large claim block. It's 38 square miles. Okay, so that's the size of a small city. We've had excellent drill results over the years, as you know. This material that we're encountering is near surface. It's oxidized. It's very good grade. And the oxidation is very important, again, as you know, Jeb, because in a Nevada context especially, it just makes that material so much more economic and so much easier to produce. So that is our Iceberg asset in a nutshell.
James, 2016 was an extremely exciting year for New Legacy shareholders who hung on through the bear market. The stock went, as you well know, went from below 10 cents to hit a high above 50 cents. Could you highlight what the team did in 2016 at New Legacy to create so much value in the shares of this company?
Yeah, well, thanks for pointing that out, Jeb. During the gold downturn, we were very cautious and moved the company forward slowly and with a view of being able to capitalize on things when the market turned around. So when things started to get a little bit better at the early part of 2016, there was a long list of things that we managed to accomplish. The first of which was to consolidate 100% of this project within New Legacy from Barrick Gold. So we now own and control 100% of that 38 square miles that I was talking about. That changed things materially for us right away. Within 60 days of being able to accomplish that, we invited OceanaGold, which is a major Australian gold miner, to become our largest shareholder. They gave us $6.7 million, and we completed two other financings subsequently to that. So currently, our treasury has about $15 million in it, and we are in the best financial shape that the company has ever been in. And using that money and the knowledge that we gained in exploring the property during the downturn, we were able to make a significant new discovery last fall that we call the Avocado Deposit. We've only got 4 drill holes into it, but 3 of the first 4 drill holes into this very large area has significant amounts of gold mineralization. So we're very, very excited about that, and that you can add to 2016's checklist of things that we managed to accomplish.
And it's so interesting as I've gone through the presentation how much the project has advanced from a technical standpoint, exploration standpoint. Can you highlight what going on in 2017 from an exploration standpoint, where you're at right now and some of your goals for the year?
Well, yeah, you're quite right. We've advanced our knowledge of this property exponentially over the last couple of years. And I say exponentially for a reason. I mean, it's not an arithmetic process. Our knowledge of the geological complexities of this project has grown immensely over the last 18 to 24 months. For 2017, we're really all about putting all of that new knowledge to work. We have the money, we have the geological expertise with a larger and expanded team underneath the stewardship of Roger Steiniger, who you've met on many occasions, Jeb. So more specifically for 2017, we start drilling again in just 30 days' time. It'll be a big, aggressive $4 million program. For most of the season, we'll have 2 drill rigs turning on the property. We've got the money and the mandate to step out and make a major new discovery. So again, during the downturn, we were cautious to be able to step out from known mineralization and make sure that we advance the project. But this year, we can be a little bit more brave and target the numerous number of geophysical and geochemical anomalies that dot this property and be aggressive, drill test many of those, and come up with a new discovery. The other thing that we'll be doing alongside of that and to complement that will be to continue to step out from the mineralization of the iceberg deposit proper and create a larger footprint for that deposit.
James, we're hearing, when I was up at PDAC, I heard a lot of talk about the big producers, about a supply shortfall coming in the next 18 to 24 months for some of the big producers. What about beyond 2017? Where does New Legacy fit in with some of the other juniors, and what's your long-term plans? Because I know the producers are going to be looking for some of these top exploration assets.
Right. So in terms of the production profile of all of the major companies, and this is something, again, Jeb, that you and I have been talking about for 2 or 3 years, and I think we have always said that in 2017 and 2018, the major companies, the production profiles go off a cliff, and they all start to decline significantly. And the major mining companies are going to have to look themselves in the mirror and say, well, are we going to continue to be major mining companies, or are we simply going to contract our businesses significantly? And if history repeats itself, those companies don't really have much of a stomach to contract their businesses significantly. They will want to go out and continue to grow and, at the very, very least, maintain their production profiles. So as you allude to, in order for them to do that, they are going to have to go out and get mining assets from the junior companies, from the explorers, of which we are one. And just to circle around on that and make a further comment, New Legacy has always been a company that knew its strengths, that knows its strengths. We raise money for these projects very, very well, I think, my partner Albert Matter and I. And Roger Steiniger and his team are very, very good at exploring for and discovering gold. But we don't have any ambitions particularly about being a mining asset. I think that to take these projects and turn them into mining assets is best done by mining companies. It's a very different skill set. So within the next 24 to 36 months, knowing that the major companies are going to be actively searching for and aggressively searching for additional mining assets, we will do some kind of M&A activity in that time to be able to give New Legacy shareholders a bump up in price and added liquidity, and to be part of a bigger, stronger corporate entity. So those are our long-term goals at this point.
And when you're dealing with M&A, you really need to have top-notch management to negotiate the best value for shareholders. Could you talk about the background of the top shareholders, the top team, the management team, and their track record of earning a value creation for the shareholders?
Yeah, let me start with just pointing out and reminding people that our largest shareholders are OceanaGold, the large Australian mining company, and Barrick Gold, the largest gold mining company in the world. And those two entities are our shareholders in not a small degree because of my partner, our chairman's excellent negotiating skills. So Albert Matter, our chairman, is a consummate negotiator. One of the things that we worked on together and that Albert negotiated and purchased was the Mulatos Deposit a number of years ago. And Albert constructed a deal with Kennecott and Placer Dome, again, two major mining companies, to buy the Mulatos Deposit in Mexico for just $10 million. We did that in a little company called National Gold. I was still in the brokerage business at the time, and it was my job to raise some money for that company. What we ended up doing was merging it with a cash-rich shell company called Alamos. But that's the Alamos that you see today, which is a mid-tier gold mining company. The Mulatos Deposit, of which I spoke, is the cornerstone still of that company's strength. And at its height, that $10 million purchase price ended up having a market cap of about $2 billion. So that's the type of leverage that we think that we have with New Legacy here as well.
James, let's talk about precious metals itself. You know, the Fed has raised interest rates now 3 times since the end of 2015, and everyone thought gold was going to go down with higher interest rates, but in fact, it's kind of stabilized in the junior mining market since rates have started rising in the U.S. has actually rebounded. So what are your thoughts of what's going on in the gold market and the junior mining market? We've had these rising rates, but gold's stabilizing and has moved higher after the higher rates. I know you've a lot of experience in the financial markets, and you've given me some great insights before. What are your thoughts?
Well, first of all, I know it's a little counterintuitive, but historically, when rates start to move up off a real bottom, gold does not go down. Gold moves up with those rates, and that's exactly what we're experiencing here right now. There's lots of reasons for that, a lot of counterintuitive reasons for that, but I don't know that we want to get into that right now. I think from a broad brush perspective, one of the things that's happening in the marketplace, Mr. Trump as president is making volatility great again. So I think that what that's going to continue to mean is great volatility in the currency markets and great volatility in every square inch of the capital markets. But if we look at gold for a second, and I think, there's always lots of noise surrounding gold and the gold market. But if we look at the most important facts about gold, number one, it's a currency. It's not a commodity. Commodities get dug up out of the ground and used. Gold does not have that attribute. Gold is a currency and has been for 5,000 years. So gold is always compared and contrasted and traded against every other currency in the world. Well, every other currency in the world is issued by governments, and every government in the world is bankrupt. Every last one. So every government in the world has to do one of two things going forward. They're going to have to borrow more money, or they're going to have to print more money. Now, I say every government in the world is bankrupt. Some are more bankrupt than others. The U.S. government is less bankrupt than most, and the U.S. dollar continues to be the best paper currency in the world. But even that currency has some significant problems. So if Mr. Trump wants to build a Mexican wall and create additional government-built infrastructure and fund healthcare and cut taxes, there are going to be huge deficits going forward. So if that's the case, if that's the backdrop, the price of gold is going to be supported by a lot of different macroeconomic things going forward.
And a rising gold price would be great for New Legacy Gold Corporation, which can be traded as NUG on the TSX Venture and as NULGF on the OTCQX. You can get more information at newlegacygold.com. Thank you so much, James Anderson, CEO of New Legacy Gold Corporation.
Always a pleasure, Jeb. I hope to see you soon.